GLZ Podcasts.
שחר חסון, יוחאי ספונדר, סטנדאפ for Israel.
Welcome, you guys.
It was beautiful.
This is the show. It's the new studio.
Yes.
It's the new studio that we have right now.
This is our poster.
And this is the poster.
And we did this poster. Just want to tell. Can I call you Los?
Yes, of course.
Because I call Lucy, Los.
He lost his shuruk back in the day. The zog and all these
Since
things.
then, I can't find it.
Of course.
This poster, we need to say something about that, Sponder. We have a show in Australia. And they said, after we booked everything, last week, the person that she rent us the venues, she said you can put the Israeli flag on the poster.
You can put the Israeli flag. Okay.
And she
You can't.
You can't.
You can't. Okay.
CANT with the chipchick. She said, and the producers in Australia, they didn't know what to do. So, oh my God, we can't do the shows because we need to cover the Israeli flag. And this Sunday we had open mic. And me and Sponder, and when I was on stage, I met somebody in the crowd. He said, I'm from Australia. He's like 70 years old with his wife. And I told him about what happened. And the next day...
He said it on stage as a joke. It's like, look what happened, how people hate us and stuff. And the next day...
And the next day, this dude, he find out that he sent a mail to... He has all the venues in Australia. This Jewish dude. And he got us...
And by mistake, he's
by
Jewish.
By mistake, he's Jewish. And he got... Happened to be. And he gave us the place...
what the chance that someone that owns something is Jewish? What's the odds?
And he gave us to us like 75% less. Then the... excuse me?
10%.
Never mind, he's Jewish.
Yes,
he's Jewish. He's Jewish. He's Jewish. Still Jewish. I just want you to know, you ask about that, but it's nice to know that we are everywhere.
Okay.
You too.
Yes,
we as a group.
Yes.
We have here Losy, Aahrish, my friend. I just want to ask you before we even start.
We were neighbors, right?
We used to be.
We used to be
In
neighbors.
South Tel Aviv.
I moved.
In South Tel Aviv.
We moved.
You know that I went to see
An apartment?
Apartment in your building.
Really?
Before you...
And they told you that Lucy, Aahrish, and
Of
Tzachi Alevi are living
No,
there.
it was before the building was built. You told me that story. It was when I lived there.
No, it was another building that they told me that they went there to see an apartment. It's like on the Etzel Street or something.
Yes.
But
Never
you
mind
just
names.
name dropping, you know?
Name dropping you to you. In name dropping you to you. Which
want
is
you to know
it's nice. So this podcast we do
In English.
We planned to do it before the war.
Okay.
To do something that will show Israel abroad to people that follow us, or people that want to see what's going on with comedy. We opened BDS, we opened Zionism by stand-up, ZBS. And that's the purpose of...
With no connection to the organ.
But you know, Zibi is an Arabic word.
Zibi?
We didn't know that.
Zibi, yes.
But S it's in English.
Zibi is Zib.
But
Yes.
S it's in English.
Yes.
ZBS. ZBS.
ZBS.
So it's two body parts.
Two.
Zibi and S.
Yes.
Why we need to work on the
why?
English. Listen, when we speak in English, our jokes is a level of a 3-year-old kid, you know?
The problem
Your
is
son in English
don't be disappointed
no,
from
I'm not
us.
disappointed, but the fact that you have such an Israeli accent and I don't speak in an Israeli accent.
Why? It's not fair.
Because
You grew up here.
I'm really, really confused right now because
I saw you.
because I want to speak like with an Israeli accent, so to speak like you guys,
saw you, but
you know,
To
It's
speak
not
like
fair.
you guys.
Guys, I
you
want to
know,
say to the camera, Lucy.
let's speak with an Israeli accent.
Lucy,
and,
she's an Arab. It's important to say she's an Arab, and she's our friend. And her English, she grew up here with us. Same thing, and her English is like I
But
saw
she's
you.
younger.
they
She's
give
younger than us.
No,
so
no,
you,
she's my age. She looks better.
Yes,
but she,
you are young. Like I'm 47 years old. I remember that we didn't have where to learn English. You remember ABC News?
No, because
you remember ABC News?
No, because in Dimona we had
No,
a
but
lot where
But
you
you
know
had
where to study
internet there
English.
on the TV shows and MTV, you know. And I remember as a kid, it was one channel one.
Yes,
and
me
it
too.
was one broadcast news every day, 5 minutes before 5. It's called ABC News. You remember that?
Yes, of course.
So it was 5 minutes. You heard English 5 minutes, and that's it. This is for the rest of the day only people in the neighborhood.
So I was the generation that grew up on Candy can do it.
Thank you so much.
Candy can do
I
anything.
grew-
Candy can do
But
it.
you really listen.
She can do everything.
You really listen to her.
Yes, I really listened to her.
Before Candy became, Candy is a stripper. You know what's the end of this? Yeah,
In real life?
yeah.
Candy,
She started from the English.
She started from teaching English and then she became a stripper?
But
I have
you
no
grew up
idea.
in Dimona and have
It's
such a crazy story.
Wait a minute, that's a rumor that if it's not, she can sue us.
She can sue us.
And she knows English.
And
But
she
she
can
doesn't
sue us in
understand
English.
Arabic. But she can do everything. She can do everything.
If someone
I
can
don't
do
know.
something-
For money, you can do everything, you know?
someone can do something.
You know?
Uh,
Happy
You
ending
just-
somebody?
You just destroyed all my
You know,
childhood. Thank you very much,
My mom
guys.
used to be a teacher for third grade, and she called to Dimona, the secret facility in Dimona.
Yeah, according to foreign
According
press.
to foreign-
according to foreign press, we have a
foreign-
certain facility there.
Yes, it's a facility. It's a facility. My mom called there, and they said they organized to the טיול שנתי. It's
Annual trip.
Annual trip for the whole class.
You see,
שכבה.
we have the same brain.
One
The
brain
class.
to one language. barely. לא, שכבה, אבל לא כיתה.
The whole
Layer, the
whole
layer.
layer. No,
The layer.
layer is something that you put on
The
a
whole
cake.
grade. The whole grade.
The-
So it's like 40, 50 kids, 3 buses. They're going to the Dimona to see the facility.
facility.
And everybody was very shocked about how my mom, she's like, wow, what is she? She knows how to arrange stuff. No one ever visited there. They're the first one. And it's from the Golden Heights to Dimona, I think, 4.5 hours.
It's a day. It's a day. You
It's a
need
day
to
of
drive in a
walking.
bus with 99 תפוחים על העץ.
נפל והתפוצץ.
Yeah, road 90.
You got to minus 41 apples on the tree.
It's like BC and AC.
Yes.
כאילו לפני הספירה. So they got there, and she got to the place, and they told her, what? Like, I booked it. I called you guys, and she's like, no, it's not true. She called someone else or something. There was a mistake there, and they went to Engedi.
So it's but
That it's another 2 hours, around 2 hours.
Yeah,
and there's in Engedi
89 תפוחים.
and in Engedi we have like a goose. Not goose, deer, according to foreign expression.
According
Nobody
to
saw
foreign
them.
press.
Nobody said about this. You're just in Engedi. On the water, you see them, you know? I don't know how the name of it's deer? It's a deer?
deer.
It's a deer. On the water, they have on every button. Bottle. On every bottle, you see the deer.
Battle?
Yes, when you buy Engedi water,
Oh, yeah,
you
the-
see the deer.
yeah.
But when you go to Engedi, no water and no deer.
No battles, no deers, no water. נחל אכזיב, you know?
Yes. Disappointing river, unbelievable. They took us to disappointing places when we were kids, like Metzada. They took us to the place that people jump from there and commit suicide, and they want us to have fun. What's so fun about learning where people die? You know, take me to happy places.
Thank you people that people didn't die.
Yes,
Thank
and
people
you see,
died.
that's where the Jewish people. That's where they torture us. That's where they jump from the cliff. That's where. And you, as a kid, you know, like okay, you go back to the
But
to
it's
the
like
bus.
it's the exact same thing if you speak with someone from Jerusalem. Here we had a bomb and
Terror attack.
terror attack, and here we also had a terror attack. And this, restaurant.
Terror
also
attack.
terror attack.
Yeah, it could be a game show, you know. Guess
Where
where
the
People are working.
Guess where's going to be the next terror attack? You know, you walk in Jerusalem and you.
But
you
would
know,
you jump?
will know the
Would you
answer.
jump? Would you jump from Metzada or would you?
If it would happen to me and the Christian would tell us, listen, you need to be Christian if you want to.
Stay.
You need to convert. You know, they jumped. For me, I was like, in a second.
Don't do it now. You don't have to do it now. It's okay now.
I do it with myself too.
No, it's okay. We have a Christmas tree,
Yes.
and
It's just a cheap decoration.
I'm Muslim,
That it's a national TV.
and I'm Muslim.
It's first of all, everyone
just
can
saying,
do.
But it's still nice tree.
It's very nice.
Is it racist that we bring? I think we got more Muslim guests in this show than Jews. Is it racist, or we try to maybe show?
They know English.
Maybe we
and
try
we
to show
don't.
to the planet that we like Israel. It's everyone together.
It's
We
good
try to-
environment.
Yeah, maybe. But you came because we're friends, or became you owe me a favor? What you came?
No, because we're friends, and I love you.
But also you owe me a favor that I came to your podcast.
Ah, yes.
You forgot about it?
To my podcast?
Yeah, you had a show in Cinema City.
Ah,
I didn't know if
yeah,
you
remember.
forgot.
Yeah,
How
I
many
forgot
years
about
ago?
it. Yeah, but
5.
he's...
5 years
It
ago?
was 5 years ago, yeah.
Me and
So you
Avigdor
had-
Lieberman.
And Avigdor Lieberman, it was the first
Together
show.
at the same show?
Yeah.
Can't believe what's going on.
Who is this? Too
It's
many
like what?
Arabs. Because me and you, too many Arabs in one show.
What happened with this show, by the way?
It was like, it was a weekly show on stage, but
In front of crowd?
but it didn't survive.
Wow, because it's hard to do a talk in front
On
of crowd.
Friday morning.
Yeah, it's called like Shabbat Tarbut.
Yeah, but it was Shishi Tarbut.
Nice. Shishi people needs to go. You're
Need to
talking
go.
and people are like, Shabbat.
Shabbat. We need to go. We need to buy some things. We need to pick up the kids from the kindergarten.
They close the fish.
Because the fish corner.
Wow,
That's,
I didn't know because, Lucy, we worked together, I think
In מחוץ לחוק.
yes.
Out
No,
of
מחוץ
order.
לחוק, it wasn't
You
me.
were only a guest. You were only. I think you came.
I saw
once.
you on the aisles, but I didn't met you inside the studio,
Okay.
I think.
I think you came as a guest in 1 or 2 shows.
Maybe because it was
Maybe,
beep. I didn't know
yeah.
what I do because I
But
was
we
on
worked
contract. I was on
together.
contract and I had to do what
you
Keshet
were,
tells me.
The slot.
Yes, they used to tell me Keshet. It used to be back at the day. People used to pay for.
Ahead.
Yes, for a year they buy you, and then they tell you need to go and write with somebody or go to do מחוץ לחוק. And I remember when I saw you the first time, I didn't know you before, and you were really funny, and you can see that these are not jokes that somebody wrote to you. It's something that you know to
It's
do.
behavior.
But it's because I worked with
Roy.
comedians, and I worked with Roy Levy, and I think that I remember that when I was like when they called me and they told me come and do the show out of law, מחוץ לחוק, and I told them, and they told me, it's a stand-up show, and we have stand-up comedians, and they're coming, and okay, but
Who am I? Yes.
I'm not a stand-up comedian, and I'm coming from the news, and I worked on Channel 10 back then, and they told me, and I participated in the pre-Eurovision contest that we had here in Israel, and it was one of the really horrible broadcasts that Channel 1 produced.
You remember who was in the
Full
final?
of
Who was in the
mistakes.
final?
Wow, I don't remember. I don't.
So
I
it
think
was really
Ghana.
bad. It was really bad.
It was really bad. It was really, really bad. And it was a show full of, mistakes on air. And I was like the girl in the back, backstage doing some interviews and stuff. And every time that at a certain point, I realized that it's going to be a disaster. That it's a disaster.
You could see the building falling,
It's basically a disaster.
You have to smile and to be like,
Yeah.
People that sing
Funny
there go
and-
back to the closet,
It was like really.
It's not me no more.
And I said, okay, it's a disaster. The show is a disaster. So just have fun. Just make jokes and just joke on it. Just
save
start.
yourself.
Yeah.
And
And they told
it's-
me, so we saw you there and we saw you have a sense of comedy and you have
Nice.
no problem making fun and
You're improvising.
Yeah, you're improvising.
You're adopting
And more than that, you have no fun making jokes on yourself and going with the flow. And they told us we want you to come. And for me, working with stand-up comedians was like the best, I think, school. As a journalist, it was the best school that I worked in.
So serious.
Because I think that a lot of people right now are asking me, you don't take yourself very seriously like when you're on screen, even when you're presenting news and hardcore news and stuff. And I'm saying, I learned that from Roy Levy and from all the stand-up comedians that I worked with.
You had there a jar with a fine that you gave Roy if he told you something about...
Jokes on Arabs.
That's amazing.
Every single time
I
that they
love it.
had a joke on Arab, they had like an Arab joke, they had to put 20 shekels in the jar. And one day the jar just exploded. It literally exploded.
It was a jar for jokes about Arabs, and she wants 20, and you tell her, only 10. If you want, take it.
That's jokes about Jews and money. It's jokes about Jews and money.
Negotiate
But do you feel, Lucy, honestly now that there is enough Arab representation in the mainstream media at the moment? Because we know you, we know other Lucy, which is weird. We have more names, you know? More names. You can.
And people are really confused between the two of us.
You're both very beautiful.
I remember
and you're both Arab.
She is like half, not half. Basically, her mother was Jewish. Her father is Christian Arab, but her mother converted to Christianity.
Even they confused. That's why the tree is here.
Yes,
you know,
I think that you guys.
This is the Christian loss.
Yeah, this is the Christian Lucy. But she and for like. People are still confused, like really confused between the two of us. I remember that when she anchored the Eurovision contest, the amount of messages that I got about the wonderful, amazing, professional job that I did on screen. And people tagged me on Instagram. Wow, you are, and you look so beautiful. And she is so fucking thin.
And you took the compliment. You didn't even receive them. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Sometimes Tzachi going to the wrong house. He's like confused completely, you know.
But it also happened to me because it happened that we also lived in the same neighborhood in Tel Aviv. So once we decided that we're going to drink a coffee, the two of us, because we need to meet, because the people need to see that we are two people. It's not
for the
it's not one person.
It's like what's going on.
Yeah, and I was like, and then there was we drank the coffee and we started talking and we were chatting and the like
barista.
The guy, the waitress came and she told me, excuse me, your husband just called and he said that he is, you just shut the door and he doesn't have the key to get out of the house. And I'm like, what?
Tzachi can break inside any house.
Doesn't sound like my husband, sorry.
He can go through the drain, he's crazy.
But he's not home. And she's like, no, but he just called. And then Lucy is looking at me and she's telling me, oh my God, it's Itai. Okay. But yeah, people just are like really sure that we are the same person. You know but I don't think that we have enough representation.
But you are a little bit like, it's a compliment, yes? You have the same character because both of you are like serious, if you want, and you're smart. And you are smart and Los is really smart. You know, I'm working with her every week.
She's really smart. She's really talented. She's much younger than me.
Never mind names. Never mind ages.
No, but she is. She's one of the smartest people that I know. She's extremely talented.
And she's stupid also, too because she knows. You know, when back in the day, I used to have like songs that I did, MC Manso. She knows songs from like 20 years ago. My things that I wrote. And she's like, you know, she knows everything, you know. She's like, she used to be like a stupid boy when she was young.
She's one of the most talented TV personalities that we have. And referring to your question, I don't think that we have enough representation for Arabs on screen. It's like trying to think.
These days,
who is like how many Arabs do you that are well-known figures?
Remember
on
the
Israeli
show? Remember the show Avodah-Arabit?
Yes, of course. So, one of the best.
I loved it because it was a lot of self-humors that Arabs can do about themselves. That it's easier to show, like, to make fun of yourself. Doesn't matter who you are.
Of course.
And also I love the fact that, listen, today we know what missed. I mean, the wars that we had in the Arabs from inside the country participated from inside. That felt like a punch in the guts.
Yes, I think that this war.
But I think part of the fact that it's not. I mean, mainstream shows in Arabic or with Arabs that playing in it. I think that can show and solve that as a society because this is culture together with people. I mean. This is whose mistake is that? That's what I'm trying to.
I think that it's basically the mistake of the majority, because you guys, Jewish people, who like, it's the Jewish land, and you are the majority here, and there is 20% minority, and this minority, I'm not saying that the relationship that we have between Jews and Arabs is perfect and everything is fine. No, it got its ups and downs. But I think that it's the responsibility of the majority to reach hand. Yes. Because I think that in the last few years, the Israeli Arab community is trying to reach its hand to the Israeli Jewish community and say, okay, I know that I'm not perfect. I know that I have my share of problems that are happening in general in Israel. But hey, I'm part of Israel. Try to make me feel like I'm part of Israel.
We are most snobbish that the fact that you don't know Arabic right now.
That's
snobbish.
That's horrible.
You are
of
snobbish.
course.
Like my parents
but
said,
I know some Arabic.
because I know because my grandma told me, things in Yemenite.
Yeah.
But you didn't learn. You learned only when you were 7th grade. You have to choose between Arabic to French. To choose.
And people choose French.
Of course.
And I try to understand why, because, I speak about it a lot in my lectures. I speak about it a lot in, recently I gave, some lectures to students in school. And I asked them, why you're not studying Arabic? And, a lot of people are telling me, well, it's the Jewish state. I know. It's the Jewish state. Give me another reason. And then they tell me, well, Hebrew is the official language in Israel. I say, okay, Hebrew is the official language in Israel. And then they tell me, give me another reason. And then they tell me, well, we are the majority here. I say, okay, yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. The Jewish people are the majority in the state of Israel. But they are a minority in a region. Yes. That speaks Arabic. And how come you guys don't understand what the region is speaking? What's the neighborhood is talking about? Because all the neighborhood speaks Arabic. And for me, a language is the tool to touch.
Culture.
It's not only, it's culture, it's humor, it's music, it's the subtext,
but
it's
you
the
stole
way
the word
to...
madrasa, you stole from midrasha. I'm just saying, it's our word. Everything I agree, but this
you
is...
know what?
After
Take midrasa. Take it.
After we
Take the midrasa and...
After we stole...
Bring me all these back.
That's not sababa.
That's not
That's not sababa. Okay.
La sababa. La sababa.
Fish. Take the
Fish
madrasa.
sababa.
And all the curses.
Yes.
We want all the curses back.
Wow.
Can I
Take
finish?
madrasa.
Can I finish your racist joke that about Tzarfat? Okay, so Shachar has a joke. It's a cover. I'm gonna do a cover of Shachar. He said that everyone went
In front of me. You can be more. You can feel more elitistic than that.
Respect.
No, I'm saying you can feel more than that.
Feed him with
Somebody,
grapes.
okay.
Feed him with grapes.
From the tree. We don't have enough budget for grapes here. We don't have enough budget.
So he said, in the 3rd grade, you need to choose if you're going to do French or Arabic, right? Okay. Everyone learn French because they want to go to France after the army. I'm the only one who learned Arabic. And now I'm the only one who can go to France to speak.
Good one.
Very racist.
Racist, but that's the truth.
But
it's
a
like
racist truth.
It's like no. It was the joke. It was like that was my criticism about why I don't know Arabic. I feel so bad that sometimes I meet Muhammad. My friend. He's a comedian. Naame. And sometimes I can't communicate with him in Arabic, and I want to tell him stuff. Sometimes I want to tell him, I'm going to do maybe gibberish right now. I want to tell him, I want to tell him,
something from my heart.
Yes.
He said something? Did he say something?
Nothing.
Okay.
Something, ya habibi, but not only the cliche, habibi, I want to tell him something good.
وقف ولا بطخك.
For
example, the things that you know in the army.
That's
جيب الهوية.
Yes,
Show me your identity.
If we're learning the language, it's supposed to be easy because their languages are very
It's very similar.
Like tamnun, tamane, because it's 8 He has 8 hands.
Okay.
It's
No,
not
I'm saying you're going to figure it out. No,
in a way, yeah. I think that both languages are really close to each other.
Semic.
But yes, and for me, I think that it's I think that basically language connects between people, and it's I think that one of the main issues between Arabs and Jews is the fact that we are scared from one another. Maybe one side is more scared than the other side.
Yes.
And I think that when you have fear, mostly fear comes when you don't understand.
Yes.
When you don't
You don't know how to communicate.
yeah, we
Fear is
don't
from ignorant.
exactly.
I think that all the,
and when you have the power to actually understand the person that comes in front of you, and I always give this example. I know 6 languages, and I know 6 languages because I was a geek. But I also I knew that this is the way to communicate with people. When I go to the United States, and for example, and I enter a coffee shop, and I see that the guy in front of me is Latin American. So there's a difference between you will tell him, "Can you give me 2 cups of coffee, please?" Or you will say, "Hola, buen día, ¿cómo estás? ¿Puedes darme un cafecito, por favor?"
Wow.
There is
I didn't know
a
what you
huge,
said, but it's a good song.
it's there's a huge difference between like when you're coming to a person and you speak his native language. There's a huge difference.
You know that
You know how you call-
sometimes
Yeah, yeah.
when I go, I don't know, I had like a month ago, I parked my car in Yafo, and then I had like a flat tire, and I went to Yafo to a place to fix my car because they open 24.
A garage.
Yes, and I know that I changed because because inside of me, I'm from the hood. I don't know. I feel that they are more than the hood than me. So I always talk to them like Israeli that is like close to, because back in my neighborhood
More
we used
Arab
to
Israeli
speak.
than Israeli.
Yes, because it was, and I feel bad that I don't know how to tell them. I just have the energy of קורה אח שלי. You know what I mean? Yeah, with more respect, I spice the Hebrew words with za'atar or with the spices of. But I feel bad that I don't know how to tell them. I don't know.
Of
How
course.
you call those girls that didn't go to school and instead of that they watch novella all the time?
Telenovela.
It's me.
No, in English you say novella.
No, I went to school and I also...
Nobel is a book.
זה
Nobel.
חומר.
Nobel is a book.
Telenovela. Like soap operas.
I'm just
soap
trying
operas.
to get to a joke. How you call these
Girls that are watching soap operas and not
instead
going
of
to
going
school.
to school? Habla español.
You see, this is another word in Arabic. Habla.
Bring back the joke. Bring back the joke.
We stole the joke.
Give me the
We
joke.
need to put the jar here
Of
with
course.
the money.
Every
but
time we stole a word.
we don't have the budget here.
You
It's-
steal a
yeah.
lot of
Who
words.
invented falafel, by the way?
Speaking about
Egyptians.
budget for
The
a
Egyptians,
second.
not the Lebanese?
I think the
No,
Egyptians.
because just a second.
yes.
فول وطعمية.
ما كليفة said...
فول وطعمية.
ما يفعلي
طعمية is falafel.
طعمي؟
طعمية.
فلافل 4 طعمين.
فول
طعمين.
فول طعمين.
So-
طعمية it's hummus, and fool, it's fool.
You
And
don't
it's, I
even
think
say
that the
hummus
Egyptians.
is not hummus?
No, طعمية, it's falafel in Egyptian, like in Arabic within Egyptian.
So falafel, it's a Hebrew word.
It's I think it is. I think it is.
Falafel.
I don't know. I don't get like.
If we're turning Funny Monday, we're doing another, we have an English show every day, stand-up show every Monday.
Every week.
If
Okay.
we're going to do Arabic Wednesday, Monday, funny.
Fine, right? Friday.
Will you do stand-up with us and host the show? Because we don't really speak Arabic. We need to
But we
learn
don't
only
really,
our set.
but we don't
You
really
know,
speak English too.
But if you will say
When you
first
don't
of
speak
all,
a language, you
I
can
will
perform in
I
every
will
language.
I will be honored to come
But you
and
do
host the
stand-up.
shop. And
You
in
do jokes.
Arabic,
Yeah.
I will tell you what. The first language that I think in is Hebrew. So sometimes when I speak Arabic, I translate the sentences from Hebrew to Arabic. And then like some of my relatives come and tell me,
You're not
you
really-
understand that there's no like
No
any
grammar.
rational
You're not
in what
asli.
you
It's like
said
you say,
right now
you say
in
I took a
Arabic.
shower in Hebrew, you say לקחתי מקלחת, and it's לקחתי תמונה.
אחד הדוש.
Yeah.
אחד הדוש. And there's
דוש
לקחתי בגלל הדוש. דוש. אחד חמם.
Dosh, it's from America. Bring back the dosh. דוש. אז שיעור כבר אנחנו לא יודעים שזה חולה. The way,
to do stand-up, to do, if like you think that after a year, if we're going to learn Arabic, our level could be like somebody that can tell a story in Arabic?
I think so. If you will study,
it's harder than English?
It's harder than English. It's even hard for me. I never studied Arabic. I basically grew up in Dimona, which according to foreign press, we have a certain facility there.
But what does it mean, the facility?
We have a textile factory.
Yes, exactly.
One day they want to throw in Iran sweatshirts, you know?
Nice.
So I grew up in Dimona. I grew up in Jewish schools. I grew up in a Jewish community. So my parents live in Dimona for the last 52 years.
Oh.
So they yes.
Really?
They
together? Wow, in Dimona you
in
can't be with
Dimona.
nobody else because that's the
in
only
Dimona
option.
together. And so they lived in Dimona more than they lived in Nazareth. They got married when they were 20 and then they basically moved to Dimona.
Amazing.
And for me, I never studied Arabic. The first, like I spoke Arabic because my mom spoke with me, but I never studied Arabic. I study in Jewish school. In a Jewish school.
But at home you used to speak...
we used to speak Arabic. But when
you
I
used to
got
go
to the university...
Dush, not to the tush.
Yes, dush.
But what happened in school when you have Arabic lessons?
You had more
I didn't have Arabic
lessons. You
lessons.
didn't take it because...
we didn't have, we didn't study Arabic in school.
We did have, so I know
We didn't study Arabic in
So
school,
I know
unfortunately.
Arabic better than you, because I studied.
You might know Arabic better than me, like in writing and reading, because I never studied it. When I got to the university in Jerusalem, I said to myself, okay, so my mom tried to teach me like the letters in Arabic. And I knew the letters, but then I got to the university. I said to myself, fuck, you don't understand. Like, you tried to read the letter and you're not able to read it because you don't understand. So I asked one of my friends and he told me, Lucy, the best way to learn Arabic is to read the Quran.
Wow.
So I said, okay, so reading the Quran is
a big book.
It's really high level Arabic. So what should you do? You have high level Hebrew. So bring the translation of the Quran in Hebrew and just open like every chapter and every word that I didn't understand while I was reading, I read it in Hebrew. And that way I studied and I teach myself how to learn Arabic. I like how to learn how to read Arabic. And that was the way that I studied how to read.
Did you have more Arab friends in Dimona?
I didn't have any Arab friends.
You were the only Arab?
I was the only Arab.
You felt like racism over there?
I think that, of course, like in some cases, yes, especially in the 90s. When I was in the 90s, like for our listeners or viewers, the 90s here were pretty
tough with all the terror attacks.
Yeah, with all the terror attacks, the Oslo Accords and the buses exploding. And I remember that each and every morning that after a terror attack, I used to say to my parents, I don't want to go to school.
Wow.
Because I know what I'm going to go through.
Because it's because of you.
Of course.
I have a question that I promised myself the next time I meet you, no matter if it's going to be on air or in personal life, I'm going to ask you because I don't know what I feel about it for you. Because it's a rabbi that told me that about you.
About me?
About you.
Okay.
So I have to ask you, what do you feel with, you probably heard that like 1,000 times.
Okay.
If someone tells you that they think that you have a Jewish soul, what does it make you feel?
Wow. First of all, you know,
you heard that, right?
Yeah, I heard it. I hear this always concerning the Israeli anthem, like Hatikva.
Yes.
And people are always asking why you don't sing Hatikva, why you don't sing the Israeli anthem. And by the way, I remember that I gave a lecture in Australia. And when I said that I'm not singing the Israeli anthem,
they attack you.
They were in shock, and I felt like they looked at me and they couldn't forgive me for saying that. And I said to them, guys, it's like, I don't have a Jewish soul. This song sings about
Nefesh
Yehudi Homiya, and I don't have a Jewish soul, whether you like it or not. I don't have it. But it happened that I got married with a beautiful Jewish man. inside and outside.
I'm not gay, but I would do things to him.
All of us.
Yeah, I love
and we tried, by the way. He was our guest in the radio.
We tried to kiss him.
Really, he's beautiful inside and outside. And it happens that he's Jewish. And we have a child, and his name is Adam. And my child have half Jewish soul. And he will be able to sing the Israeli anthem. So for me, it's some kind of a tikkun, a correction for me, for his mother that is not able to sing the Israeli anthem. He can sing it.
But what do you do if there's an anthem and there's a ceremony and stuff? You're like,
I stand. No. By the way, it happened when I lit the torch in the Israeli Independence Day.
wow.
And I remember that I told the director of the ceremony.
Don't close up on me. Don't close up on me.
Exactly.
She needs ice cream.
No, I told him, I'm standing. I'm.
משהו מוגזם כזה, a lot of candies.
No, I stand. I respect the anthem.
It's funny sounds. It's always adding to the joke. Funny
Suddenly quiet.
By the way,
serious.
you want to see? Say, is it?
No, it's like something stuck, it goes. Stuck.
Yeah, and when someone smokes bang, and when someone open a drawer. See?
Even open a watermelon.
Lucy, I'm so sorry that we have to finish here, and I need to tell you something that it's for me first of all, my wife always makes fun of me that I'm saying that I'm a very good friend with Tzachi. I'm the biggest name dropper you ever met. Yeah, Tzachi is my friend. She's like, yeah, because he texted you once, come to Mimuna. What makes you guys friends? So she makes fun of me about that. But when I'm telling people that you're my friend, I feel proud about it, and it's a privilege to have you here. And also, I love to follow you in the things that you do. For people, that's future.
Yes.
That's what I feel. We need to have this.
I saw the interview that you did on the news channel 13 with all the soldiers in your house, and it was amazing. I was sitting in front of the television. I was crying. It was like you cook them, the chraime, I don't know what
Maklube.
She cooked for them. She didn't cook them.
And
you can't say she cooked for them.
You cooked for them, and you try to bring the pot, and it broke, and it was like so much fun to see the life that you created for us too. It's not only for you and Tzachi. You created life for us too, because we can see that there's hope.
I think that.
I think people love you from both sides. I think most of the the regular people, they're not people that try to make.
And people that love Makluba love you
even more.
Yeah.
But first of all, I think that a lot of people had a lot of criticism about me getting married with a Jewish man.
I thought about the Makluba.
About assimilation. And by the way, I have to thank you also, but I will say it at the end. About assimilation and Jewish people and what happened and blah, 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 blah. But at the end, like I said, I married a human being. And I didn't marry a Jewish or a Christian or a Muslim or whatever. I married a human being. And he has a tradition, beautiful tradition and beautiful culture that he comes from. And it's my duty to respect this culture and to respect his origins and where he's coming from.
So if we will respect each other, we're gonna.
I think it's all got to do with respect. Respect the history. I respect your history. I respect the background that you are coming from. I respect your pain, and what you went through as people to get to this point. And I think that people need to respect also the narratives of one another. You should not be afraid of one another's narratives. Yes. It's okay. It's okay that a person is identifying himself as a Palestinian or Israeli or Arab Israeli or Palestinian Israeli or Jewish or whatever. Just respect the narrative And I think that the minute that you will respect the narrative and respect the history, this is where we will start connecting.
I need to change some jokes now.
And
when you're talking, I need to change some jokes.
And then I will tell you. And now I need to tell you.
But when
Thank
you
you.
joke about it, that's how you open this subject.
Yes.
I think that's the thing. Sometimes the jokes needs to be like a knife to the stomach. If that's the right
momentum,
example.
When an Arab woman is in the studio, I don't know if this is the right example.
Sometimes in comedy, like when you did what you did with the jar of the jokes about the Arabs, it was like more than the joke. It was deeper. Like you joke about me, I'm living with you here. You know what? I accept what you do about me, and when we talk about it, we accept. You know, we can forgive each other.
Of course. When you joke about it, we can forgive each other. You know, Said Kashua, you talked about Arab labor. Said Kashua said to me in one of the interviews that I did with him, he said to me, you know, when I created Arab labor, I knew that I cannot talk about occupation and primetime TV and you need this and you need that. I knew that if I want to pass a message, I need to just laugh about it. Mm-hmm. And I need to be able to laugh about myself. And I think that comedy is the key to be able to pass a message that it's very hard sometimes to pass in a, you know,
even now more than
in a regular conversation.
Great show.
So
it's a sitcom for all those who listen from America or from abroad.
Nobody listen, Yochai.
We have 5 listeners in the studio.
That's all of them. One of them on the phone. 2 of
Arab
them.
Label, it's a show that
2 of them listening to Ben Baruch podcast right now.
So it's the first
Sansan Ben Bless.
Israeli sitcom on Israeli TV. It was actually the second, because second or the third.
המסעדה הגדולה. It was the first. המסעדה הגדולה. Sesame Street.
Sesame.
But I have to also thank you, because I remember that when I got married with Tzachi, there was a lot of criticism. And, you know, everybody spoke about it. Even in the Knesset, in the Israeli parliament, people spoke about it and opened the day because it was the most important thing that happened in Israel.
The dishes, you know, the first one was only, you know, the dessert wasn't good.
And everybody had something to say about it. And then there was one Knesset member, like Knesset parliament member, we don't want to name him, that said something.
Not ye.
Not ye.
Not him. No, but this is first.
Some of his, I don't know if his friends or whatever. And he said something and he wrote something the day of the wedding. And then Yochai answered in one of his stand-ups. And it's like, it moved me. Because I said not only that he joked about it, but it was so smart and it was so moving. And you were able to pass a message through comedy, through a joke. The laughter of the people at that second that you said what you said.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I felt that it will be okay. So thank you for that.
Yeah, hug.
Lucy, we love you so much. What can we say?
We love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
much. You promised to do it again with us in a month or 2 whenever you're able, because you're in every TV channel, radio podcast, you're in everywhere. Like I think it's racist to say that you're in few places right now.
And tomorrow morning you need to be here too. Yes.
Yes. I have.
We can stay to sleep here.
And we can use you. You can use her to talk with Tzachi to come here too.
And Tzachi have his number. I can talk to him myself.
No, don't interrupt him. He's like
he owes me a favor too. He owes me a favor too, because I was in his podcast too.
Nice.
What I did, I went to all the podcasts and then I opened this podcast. I'm smart.
Very good.
I'm smart.
Thank you so much for coming.
I'm gonna show it to my wife that we're real friends.
And he actually judged me in one of the reality shows here in Israel.
Yes. Mize.
Wow.
Oh, is that how you guys start?
Yes.
No, but just like
we don't have music, we have nothing. We
So
just
you both at the same time just go, wow.
Lucy said something that very moved me.
By the way, before you talk
have a lot
about
of-
how Lucy moved you,
Yeah.
First of all, tough act to follow, Lucy.
Yes.
Second of all, I don't mean to be occupying her territory. I did not. You know, first of all, she thinks she was here before me. She doesn't know my grandfather did this podcast before her.
Yes, yes.
Before
That's his
she-
couch. That's
This
his
is his
couch.
couch.
And you can see, this is my grandma couch, you see?
Oh, that's your grandmother's
Yes,
couch.
This is my grandma couch.
By the way, my grandfather, for the record, my Zadie as we call it,
Yes.
he left me, you know, a lot of people, they think Jews have all the money. They have all the money, right? My grandfather left us a lamp.
A lamp.
A lamp, a light shade lamp. So and he had it. It was the only possession he had. He had the lamp so he could see how little that he had in life. He could turn on the light and go, I don't have
So
anything.
my
but
grandma
that's
left
what-
me with a candle, okay?
No.
And recipes.
And recipes for jachnon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah?
Which
so
is-
you
it's
the
a
recipe
non-
you didn't
it's a
even have the
non-recipe.
recipe because you're Ashkenazi.
Ken.
And we don't want to make Ashkenazi
Also-
jokes.
No,
but
please.
Also,
please.
jachnon is a non-recipe
Yes.
pastry. So
No, it's something that it goes from mother to her kid, mother to her kid,
That's
mother to her kid.
beautiful.
That's why
You
jachnon.
pass
No,
it
it's
down.
Like, yes, that's
You
why it's
wrap it.
another many layers. The first jachnon was one layer,
Okay.
and from mother to kid, mother to kid.
That's why it became like this.
You don't know what's
Okay,
going to
after
be
this,
like.
Is that the 7-layer cake story also? If it was first a 1-layer cake, and then she passed it down to the daughter.
There's a story?
And son. I'm not being sexist.
that-
They're men that bake too. But in the old days, it was just women that baked. No, it's not the story. I'm doing a joke
because-
off your joke.
okay, because
and then
I
there was
improvised. I said,
2-layer
oh my
cake.
God,
No,
there's-
that was a brilliant improv.
said-
That was a brilliant improv. And then off of your improv, I'm attempting to continue the bit.
You are amazing.
like
It's
your
not working.
improv and raise.
Yes.
I see you in improv and raise you. I'm all in.
That's always nice, you know, when you sit with friends and with comedians. So it's
Yeah.
like always comedy grows.
Yes,
That's
it
something
grows.
good about comedy.
By the way, they
it's not
should-
like math.
No.
That's the answer.
It's it. You got the
That's it.
answer.
Manny, my
Fine.
friend Manny called me today. Said like I was in a show and something happened, and it happened the way it happened in your show, and I did the bit that you did.
Ooh.
And it's like I felt like maybe I stole you a joke. And
No.
when we started to talk about it, like from a philosophical point of view, I said like,
Right.
listen, if I'm going to come with ego, so he said like something new came out of it that you didn't do. So that's the beauty, like exactly what you said, that the comedy grows. And he said like, if I'm coming from an ego point of view, we're stopping the creation. But if we're coming from a comedy, what's more important for the comedy, like a tree, like a plant,
can grow.
and it grows, and you give me what you did, I'm gonna take it from there. It's always, you know,
I think that every
because I'm-
art,
I'm
every
so-
art is
Yeah.
that.
By the way, I'm
joke.
so glad we stopped the show for that.
No, I didn't
We were
finish.
doing bits. We were having a good time. He starts
we were having
philosophizing
fun.
on-
We did the thing, and he stopped for ego.
He
Me
stopped
and
it.
my
Listen,
friend, we talked
we
together,
performed
and I want you
comedy.
to know.
If you analyze
that
it.
If you guys let me finish,
philosophical way.
Okay,
with
finish.
the joke itself. was-
Yes,
oh,
but
joke.
we're having fun, and you
Yeah,
go right
yeah,
now.
what
You
are
know,
you?
to the board. Okay, listen what I think. You know, you're not a teacher. We know to do comedy too.
No,
okay?
no,
We know-
okay.
Okay,
So
we
I
know
said,
to
I'm
do
saying in
comedy
Funny
too.
Monday.
You know, he's
what-
more years than us.
Yeah.
How many
Oh,
years?
30
did you-
years.
30 years.
30
Fun.
years.
I'm 30. I turned 30.
Oh, really?
No, 41.
Nobody cares.
So,
Yeah.
I had a bit that I'm saying that I'm preparing Funny Monday for the show. I'm saying don't take videos of the show because sometimes we're doing jokes of other comedians.
Right. Oh, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
That joke.
So Schechter, when he performed with us, he said
Yeah.
this joke, and he said even this joke is not mine because
no,
the ending.
that's
So-
the
so-
joke about stealing jokes
Yeah,
is not your
mine.
joke.
So
You stole it.
I did that with the ending of his part.
Yeah.
And now it's
like-
better.
And
Now it's-
now Schechter performed after me. He said like the last part that he said that this joke is not his, is
Yeah.
mine.
Oh, that's funny.
It's a mind fucking. I know.
That's you added
So-
that
Yeah.
to the stolen joke.
Yeah,
that it's
and the
mine.
whole
So
thing.
it's full circle.
And-
It's smart.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
good.
we
Let's do it.
saw
So
you
look-
on Monday. It
Yes.
was amazing. And before we start the show, you asked
Let
me.
me introduce him.
Excuse me.
All right, but
And
don't
then you
forget
say,
that
but
because I'm
don't
curious
forget
about
that. No,
that.
no,
Give me a proper introduction. Also,
I'm
don't
saying,
forget.
I'm saying that you are the most famous person
That's
that is
not
my
true.
friend.
That's
and
that's so sad for you.
internationally.
Excuse me.
That's-
Internationally.
Yeah, hello.
Sunday.
Bro,
He meant
bro,
no. He meant
bro,
in Los Angeles.
Internationally.
You know, like do horny cat. You need to do your catchphrase. What's
Did
your
you- did you
catchphrase?
You have a catchphrase?
No, I have EDD.
Did you walk
do
with
Trump,
Larry
do
David?
Trump.
I have this, you know, you have that, and I have this, and I don't think you're doing very well. What is that? Nobody knows. Nobody. You sound like a dog in heat.
You won.
don't
You
sa-
won. You won.
By the way, I spent the
did
day-
you work with Larry David? No.
Yeah, did you work with Larry David?
You work with Al Kitzis?
I wear tzitzis. Do you know that?
I wear
Do you know what I did today? I
Tzitzit.
spent the afternoon with the legends of Israel doing the show Zeh.
Wow!
It'll
Can't
air-
believe it.
Yeah,
Of
so
course.
I
Moni,
played Trump.
You played there?
I did a sketch with all
In
of them.
Ulpan Herzliya?
With Dove from
With
Shtisel.
Herzliya studio in Herzliya?
Yeah.
So why you didn't say I was the studio next to you?
No.
Eretz
Do you
Nehederet.
stop working for a second?
No.
You literally have to leave this show to do another
Yeah,
show. You
wow,
did
he
a
knows
show
that.
while I was doing the show.
When you were sleeping, I
Yeah.
did shows too.
But where I'm fascinated by your joke writing, we have to get to that. I haven't even been properly introduced.
Please introduce
Also,
him.
you have to tell your Lucy story, which I'm curious about.
I'm just saying.
And by the
that-
way, you know, you look at Lucy, and you know she's so beautiful, and she's gorgeous, and you know you're not doing very well. You're not doing well at all. It's so sad to watch.
You know what he's doing? He's like, Trump is sometimes, he's like a trumpet.
Yeah. Yeah. It's also all in the breathing. It's a.
You have to breathe in.
He has one
breathe
nostril.
out.
What?
He has one nostril.
He has one nostril, and I think it's clogged.
Yes.
He's always trying to breathe in, get oxygen, fill the brain.
He's orange with one nostril.
David Ben-Gurion.
Wait.
That's
Ben-
what a
oh, yeah,
great
that was the
set.
best
What a
line,
great
right?
set.
You know, I said nobody did better and more for Israel than I did. Nobody, not even David Ben-Gurion. And you know, I knew his father, Gurion. I knew Gurion. And he didn't do well. He didn't do very well.
Can we talk about things? First of all, I'm in the studio with the soldiers. I feel very
You
safe.
just signed for 3 years.
I
Just one-
signed for 3 years. They're sending me to Gaza tomorrow. But listen, I was talking to them, and I go, oh, Lucy, she's so cool, and I've seen her videos. And they were like, don't look at her. She has boyfriend. And the boyfriend, much better looking than you. He's more successful, a better actor. This is what
They
your
told you?
producers.
Oh, wow.
This is what your
Nice.
producers
We need
tell
to
me.
work with them about the welcoming hosting.
Yeah. He's like, he's a
But in-
better actor than you will ever be. And then he says to me, and I quote,
He was in Gaza.
He
for
was in Gaza and he fought.
120 days. He's still there.
right. And you know what he ends with? He goes, you sitting here with cigar, he's saving the country. Please, who you think she want to be with?
Wow.
Yeah, so I was berated here.
I'm
Familiar
first
with
of all, I'm
being
so
berated?
sorry.
Because it's Tzachi
I'm so
Halevi, we
so-
need to agree with them.
No,
you
I'm
know?
so sorry. I'm so sorry that they told you that. I agree with that, but it's not. It doesn't mean that. It's,
Tell me
no,
about
you don't.
Lucy. What was meaningful? Because I just came in at the end.
First of all, Elon Gold is our
Thank
friend.
you.
I'm so happy to have you,
Thank
man.
you so much.
So
You've
happy.
seen my viral videos.
We go internationally. Yeah, it's very viral.
Yes.
You have the.
I'm
the-
so viral. I think.
Yeah.
Why don't you perform more in America? Because I know you do. You just sold out Laugh Factory.
Yeah.
You killed it there. Everyone
I
said you
think
were
that I
amazing.
have
Thank you
things
so
to
much.
do.
And also the Cellar I did also. In
The Cellar's like the best club in the world.
Amazing.
Wow, I'm so jealous of Sponda that he did the Cellar because it's like a dream.
It's a dream.
But I have things to do here that, you know, I have like TV shows that I'm doing.
Shachar
Correct.
is
And
too
now I'm doing
successful
like a
now.
lot of stuff.
You are so successful. You're literally the Israeli Kevin Hart, and I don't know if it's.
I'm sorry. Kevin Hart is the American Shachar Xasson.
That is true.
If you may.
That's
if
true.
you may. Don't offend.
That's true. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
man,
apologize.
sorry.
And I don't know if it's because you work 24/6. I hope you take off for Shabbat,
Yes, of course.
or it's because you're 5'7".
What does it?
What?
She's 5'7".
I'm
yeah.
sure. I believe it is a size.
that why
the
you're-
size,
it's
the
a size joke.
Because
It's
I'm small, I can
5'7", I
work
should have
more
said.
hours a day. You
no,
know,
because Kevin Hart is this tiny little working like crazy
I love
every
Tasmanian-
second. He's
do you
just-
know
Tasmanian
him
diva.
personally? It's a
Yes,
question of
I
a-
started with Kevin.
Really?
Oh my God, Schiffer knows Kevin. We used to hang out at the Montreal Comedy Festival, and
And he's a good person as a.
great guy,
Really?
great guy, and naturally funny, and like a sweetheart of a guy. And I mean, oh my God, I knew everyone before. I knew Dave Chappelle.
I know.
Personally?
At
I
16 years
Did I give you a
old.
call about Dave Chappelle to talk to him,
Yeah.
or didn't I?
Yeah, we did. We talked about talking to him. Anyway,
Sponder, nobody listened to you.
my manager.
Sponder, he doesn't even get the second
No,
V.
but
When you
like-
send him a message, his iPhone.
That's true.
His
Sometimes it's
iPhone-
true. Sometimes.
I just want to, because we talked about stand-up, we talked about Kevin
Yes.
Hart, and it's a podcast about the country and stand-up too. We had the show Funny Monday.
Yes.
You were on stage.
Oh
and-
wait, I wanted to hear this.
Okay.
But can I just tell you one quick thing?
Yes.
My manager, Barry Katz, my old manager.
Yes.
introduced me. I was in his office, and he talks like this, Barry. He says, "I want to introduce you to one of the greatest young comedians you'll ever meet. His name is Dave Chappelle. He's from Washington, D.C." And this little skinny black kid sitting on the couch, he's like, "Hey, man." And I was like, hey, kid, how you doing? Like a kid. Didn't think of anything of him. And then that night we go to the club to see him on stage. I'm like, oh, he's a superstar. You could just tell right away.
Yes.
Back to you and back to me. Go ahead.
Because we had the show together.
Ken,
We
bivadai.
had Funny Monday. And then you
please.
went on here and you told me, how was your set after me?
Yeah.
And I want to tell you that I know that we had this show that the crowd was a little bit...
They were a little schwach, we say
yes,
in Yiddish.
But
And then Yossi went on stage and killed. I said, like, that's the
so
problem.
I believe that, sometimes when you go on stage, you are part of the present, and the present don't belong to you, doesn't belong. You belong to the present. And because when you do
That's
stand-up...
deep.
I hope that I understood what I said.
Mevin.
That I understood.
Oh, I didn't, but as long as you did. No, that's beautiful.
Because you can
Ani
judge.
mevin.
You can judge the room that right now you perform at. You can only accept different decisions right now in front of them.
What
know
do you
I
mean? No.
Because when you went on stage and the crowd is like what you said,
They were
after
like,
4 minutes, you said for my first, it was hilarious.
Oh, thanks,
If
but-
you're a comedian and sitting in the back and hearing that, but when you're judging the crowd and you tell them, listen, according to my first 4 minutes
and
the
Yochai and the first
minute,
guy,
and then
it's not me, it's you,
it's
I
you,
said.
and
Yeah.
you judge them.
Yes, that
As
was
a comedian,
bad.
I was laughing.
Yeah.
As a crowd, I don't want you to judge me.
Correct.
Entertain me.
You're right. I so agree with you, but there's also the elephant in the room. You know that expression?
So it was
You
funny.
have to address
Yes, it was
that this crowd is just not going nuts. You were hilarious. They were laughing. No, none of us bombed. Well, the first guy. No, none of us bombed.
He was amazing.
No,
But that's
he
his
was
character.
hilarious.
That's his character.
I know, but he kept referencing, I'm not doing well, I'm
Yes.
bombing. So I figured it was like the theme of the night. No one's doing
I'm not
I
agreeing
tell-
with Shachar. I think that's the theme of the night.
to say it. But I do agree with the philosophy.
Philosophy, yes,
Let's-
but you
have
team
to
up.
But let me
address
tell
it.
you what
Teamed up.
happened before I went on stage.
Tell me.
Because I felt, when more than one comedian saying to the crowd things like that, it feels in the room that the stand-up is not enough meaningful. There's not enough meaningful for this evening. They lose belief in the
format.
in the format.
Yes.
So
they
if one-
respect the art form.
If they stop to respect it. Because if one comedian tells them, no, it's not me, it's you,
Right.
it's nice. If the second one tells them, listen,
Right.
you don't prefer for money, it's not that now you don't
Right.
have no money and no this. And the third one is telling them, so it's like, motherfucker, walk.
Right.
Walk.
Work.
You're the
Work
comedian.
for
I
it and
trust you.
Shut up about
I don't.
us. Are you saying
if
you're
the
never
pilot-
inviting me back?
I
to the
will.
show?
I always
God
because.
forbid.
But if
It was one mistake.
if the pilot in the cockpit will tell dear passengers,
Yeah.
oh my God, we're
It's
gonna
not-
crash. It's not me, it's you. Boom. Fuck you. Fuck you. You need to take care of me.
You didn't
We're gonna-
fasten your seatbelt.
We're gonna crash. You people suck, especially the ones in coach.
Yes, that's the
Oh
He's
my
blaming
God, that
the
is so
poor
funny.
people.
The
The
pilot
poor people.
blaming. The pilot blames the passengers.
how-
That's what I did.
No,
No,
you
you're
were
not a
amazing.
pilot.
I'm a
guy.
bad.
No, it was an
pilot
amazing
comedian.
show.
Yeah.
Listen, when you're on stage and Sponדר told you after it, you're
Yeah.
a magician. You're so funny.
Thanks.
You're close to
I
comedy.
did tell you're a magician. Why I said magician?
Because you saw him on stage and he's a
was the magic.
magician.
Wow.
I
It was
was
the
like,
magic.
I looked at you like, guys, that's what's comedy.
And it looks like you
know?
clean the house with the feet. Like it's something that you do.
Yes.
To me,
I walk
Like
weird.
a walk
you
in the
walk
park.
like you walk in the park. It looks like easy.
But
like
in
you
a
do-
small park
funny.
aircon, even
like
it's
you
not
do
a big.
something like you're not.
You
Right.
can see that you're professional. You can see
Professional.
that
Well,
it's
I
like,
hope after 30 years I could
wow,
do
it was amazing.
But that being said, I wasn't on my usual game. I had just landed. I was like a wreck. I got 2 hours of sleep all night. And he's
But
like,
the
just
pilot,
landed.
but the
I
pilot,
had
but
7
the
flights
pilot,
today.
The pilot of your airplane landed you.
Right.
Thank
a
you
lot
so
of,
much.
A lot of comedians from America come to do Funny Monday sets 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours after they landed.
And they
it
do well.
always feel to be.
Yeah.
You know the scene in Gladiator that he gives him the stabbing
Gladiator.
a little before because
Yeah.
they want him to be equal? So because our English is so bad, so you gotta be like this
He
element.
bring only comedians that landed.
Yeah,
that's
just like to be with us in the same level, you need to be a little
You
bit
have to be jet lagged.
jet lagged.
To be on your level.
This is the gladiator with
Meanwhile,
the.
you guys are better than all of us. And
No,
you guys are on fire. But I was so
does
proud
it
of my opening
feel?
line.
How does it feel?
No,
Listen,
you were great at the. No, you killed it.
you killed them, but how does it feel to play like in small places because you're doing big venues?
Yeah, so big venues like literally 4,000 seats. You guys do that too. But like
4,000?
Never.
Yeah.
At first time I did it, it was with you guys in Coney Island.
oh yeah, that's right.
it's
We did
5,000.
that. But
We
listen,
don't have enough people.
you know
in
what it's
Israel.
like. So a club like the Cellar, 100 people, it's nothing. That to me is more pressure than 4,000.
Wow.
4,000's easy. 4,000's like, wow, now let's have fun.
Not easy, but
It's not easy. I don't mean to say that. He's very
Strict with you.
strict with the art
because
form.
there are new, there are new,
Yes.
new.
He takes it seriously, which I love. You know who would love you? Seinfeld would love you because all he is obsessed with comedy. And
So
just,
he was here, and our producer,
yeah.
he
Probably
went-
yelled at him. You're not as good looking as him. You're not as funny as him. You're
You
not
heard,
as...
no, you heard the story. He waited for him outside of a restaurant.
Hunt them. Hunt them.
Just a month ago.
He jumped on Seinfeld like this. You've got to come to our podcast. And his bouncer, the person that guard the
Security.
Seinfeld, just kick him. You know?
Can you show the photo? In, the
You have the
podcast?
photo?
Yeah,
You have the
show the
there's
photo
the
in the
photo.
podcast.
There's the photo.
Amazing.
It
Do
was
you
on.
think Jerry wants to do a podcast?
It doesn't. It does,
What are you? It's crazy. He would just sit here and he would just yell.
Oh, yeah, Jerry.
Anyway, here's Wait, we have to get back to you. But first of all, I was very proud of my opening line because I wrote it, I think, on the plane, on El Al, business class, not important.
Genocide, suicidal.
Yeah,
It
I
was
walked
funny.
on stage and go, it's
Funny.
so good to be home with my fellow genocidal apartheid colonizers.
Funny. Wow.
And isn't that funny?
Funny.
Just to mock those people that have the nerve to call us that as if Jews
was
have ever, and then just saying, hey, how about after the show we all go genociding? I mean, that's a crazy thing to say. And, I'm sure the anti-Israel movement would be like, oh, a comedian jokes about genocide. It's like, no. First of all, genocide is our word, literally invented by a Jew. It's our thing. We've been genocided. Genocide. Second of all, I mean, on a serious note, anyone that believes that we're trying to commit a genocide, do they not realize that there's 2 million Arab Israelis, 3 million in the West Bank? Are we killing them? Are we just killing all the Arabs in Israel? And we could commit a genocide in about, a half hour. If we really, in Gaza, it would take 20 to 30 minutes if we wanted to. But no, we want to protect the Palestinians of Gaza. So we're going in strategically, losing our own people to save their people. To call us genociders.
They don't see that like that.
They don't see anything like anything. They don't get that the land is the birthplace of the Jewish people before the birth of Christianity or Islam. Nobody gets that.
I think I had a joke in the open mic. I don't know, it was like some kind of improvise that I asked a lady and I said, where you come from? She said, I'm from United States. I was born and raised there. I said, of course you're born and raised. You can be other order. The only person that was raised and born is Jesus.
Raised and born.
Can we talk about your joke writing process?
Yeah, let's do
because
that.
Viוחאi was telling me about it.
I
and
told him you're.
No, and
Where-
you're such
how
a
do I know?
master. Like that's why I said Jerry would love you, like to be on Comedians in Cars, because he loves people who not only respect the art of comedy.
The show
but
is still
live it.
going?
I don't think so.
Oh.
It's
But-
an amazing show.
But
Wow.
yeah,
You were
but-
there?
No, I never did. He never asked me to do it.
But would he love me to be in this show as well?
He wouldn't like
You can
as
sit in the
much.
back seat.
wouldn't like you as
Yochai,
much.
You can sit in the back, like a friend.
Interrupting.
That
You
interrupting the radio. trying to find the channel. Excuse me? Excuse me?
I want
No,
to
but
make
it's
a
like-
philosophical point about
But
this.
Elon,
philosophical- yeah.
everyone really knows you. Sometimes I can hear Joe podcast, Joe Rogan's
And he
podcast.
talks about me, isn't
He
that
said
crazy?
he named you, and
Yeah.
it's like he's a drop name him, and that's
Yeah.
like how. What
I
is this?
promise
mean,
you I'm not famous, and I promise you that
What do you mean you promise
only
you're not-
Jews know me, which is great. Chris Rock famously said, you got to get your people to be your fans, and then you get
That's
the
amazing
mainstream.
thing. That's
right? Because
amazing.
if you could get your own people,
Yes.
obsessed about you.
But can
But
I
you
can
are.
I say
But
can
I'm
I
ready
say
to move
can I
on.
say
You
one
are,
but
but in
can I
Jerusalem,
say- can I
in Jerusalem, this man
Yeah, I can't
is
walk
more
down the
famous,
street.
more famous than everyone.
It's
you know.
I can't walk down the street.
That's amazing. But
Yeah.
I can say one but.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
be careful because when when you start, the people that really love you, they start to be groupies.
They
Right.
own
And the biggest enemy of art is your groupies.
Why?
Because you start to believe and they want you to be the same like they want you to be.
but you keep
and you
growing.
don't grow.
Right.
Because you believe your groupies. I believe the groupies are the worst enemies of you, even your parents.
Should I call them and tell them it's
Please,
over?
they're online. Hello.
Hello.
I don't know English enough to do the.
do it. Do it.
Hello.
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 Oh, that's funny.
Hi, sweetie. That's your mom?
Not
like
really.
that?
No, she's not like that. She's more like Elon, I'm so proud of you. You're in Israel. She was born here, by the way.
Where?
Born in, don't judge, because this was before the woohoos came in.
Who are the whoos?
The Haredis, hello.
Don't
Hello.
say. That's racist.
No, I'm joking.
The
Yeah.
He just got here. Look who's here. Israel.
The whoos. No, in the window. Srulik.
What?
Srulik. In the window.
Srulik, from now on you.
Get a shot of that. The woohoos.
What's the chance? What's that?
The chances.
What's the casting?
The Hasidim, the
Hasidim, yeah.
Hasidim, they're all,
Where?
in New York,
Bnei Brak,
the
Tzfat?
Hasidim, they
Bnei
talk
Brak?
like this.
Bnei Brak?
In New York, they talk like this. The Hasidim, they have a lisp. No one knows why they have a lisp. They just spit everything.
spit and it
I
doesn't.
spit and I have a lisp. Anyway, here's the point. She was born in Bnei Brak.
Wow, nice.
But in 1936, before they moved in, they ruined the neighborhood. Well, there goes the neighborhood. Nobody ever says that about Hasidim.
But they are.
My father-in-law-
She's a religious?
My
No,
father-in-law
that's
was
what I'm trying to
No,
tell
I'm
you.
just asking.
She
Because
now
you
she
talk a lot
is.
about religion, like you
Yes.
know a lot of stuff
I
about
know
religion.
a lot.
When I say
So-
something racist,
Go
my
ahead.
father-in-law visited in Bnei Brak and he said like it's very, very amazing to watch them, and it's like it's a different culture and they, like how they walk in the street, but it's scary because Shabbat can get in and then it become crazy. They can stone your
Yeah.
car.
Car,
and-
yes.
So I said like we need the vehicles of Park Ayura, Jurassic Park,
Yeah.
and to go to visit in Bnei Brak. to-
That's
to
how
do
you
the-
go on Shabbos?
Yeah.
On Shabbat, you
He's
drive
coming
in
to me.
armored-
Woo-hoo!
It's crazy.
He's like next to the car. Woo-hoo!
But mom is very
They
religious
create
now.
more kids just because they need diapers to throw his shit on the people.
God.
You don't know that?
That's so
It was a
funny.
movie about
No.
religious. Wow,
That's
he doesn't
so
know.
funny. No,
Uh,
but yeah.
Wait,
They used
Mom-
to throw diapers with shit on
That's
cars that drive on Shabbat.
crazy.
Just want you
What's
to know.
with the Jew-on-Jew crimes here?
It's
Man, that,
it's a shitty
welcome to
situ-
Israel, you know?
Yeah.
She grew up in there. She still has
Bnei
an
Brak,
Israeli
but
accent.
she wasn't religious because it wasn't a religious community. But then she came to New York and kept Shabbat and kosher, and then she got more and more religious. Now she studies Torah and learns it. And I grew up loving Judaism, just like loving Shabbat, especially now, even more that I have a family. I have 4 kids and an ex-wife. I can dream, can I? I'm kidding. No,
How's
I'm,
Sasha
no, I'm
doing?
happily married. By the
How's
way, you
Sasha
know who
doing?
You
isn't?
happily
My
married?
wife.
Yeah.
Ah,
What
he's not
she-
ex. I believed you.
No, I wasn't. No. Chas v'shalom. 29 years
Wow.
of one woman.
Wow.
He doesn't know what that's like. Anyway,
No.
20. He's 29 women in 1 year.
No.
Low?
More.
I don't know. More. I'm sorry to
joking,
insult you.
joking. Yes.
So anyway, she's doing great. Sasha, you know her, yeah. And I had a joke and I realized it's too mean because I love her obviously, but you have to make wife jokes. You're a comedian, you have to.
Yeah, it's
You have to
part of-
dislike her, and in comedy I do dislike her because it's everything I hate about her in life I joke about in comedy. So what I hate about her in life, so when I talk about her, it's not a loving thing or it's not funny. Oh, I love she's so sweet. I don't care. That's not funny. But the bitch, whatever. But anyway, I was gonna say I flew to the Middle East in the middle of a war. That's how badly I wanted to get away from my wife. But I don't think women won't like that joke, so I cut it.
Really?
Yeah, I thought of it and I cut it. Let's talk about joke writing for
But
a
you
second.
I'm just saying that, you always can fix this kind of a joke.
How?
You can fix it because you need to find something. If it's going to be in the middle of a story, it's going to be a good joke. But you just hate her for nothing. I want to know the story. If you give me a reason, I'm going to be on your side
Crazy.
as a crowd member.
Did
I want to say something smart too.
it's not gonna happen.
You guys decided that you're gonna be better friends.
No,
I know
we're
this
good
man.
friends.
First of all,
By the way, we're good friends.
We're good friends. We're good friends.
No, and we...
You good friends.
You know, it's so sad
You
that we're
good
not friends.
Israel, I want to grab Israel. I want to grab Israel. I'm gonna give you. I'll give you a line. I want to grab Israel from Beersheba. This is the. If you see the map,
Beer Sheva is like the middle.
Oh, God.
it's like you got something from this show,
Crazy.
Ilan.
Yeah, I love it.
I want to grab
I
Israel.
love it.
You know, I was thinking, you know, just Donald Trump opening up a Siddur and talking would be funny. You know, you look at anything in the Siddur, what's a funny thing like, oh yeah,
Sukkot. What's going on with the Sukkot?
what's
You
going
sit,
on with the
but-
sukkah?
yeah, but-
No, but I was literally Trump doing like singing Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach ladonakol. Latin gedula, and it's so big, by the way. It's more big than anything. It's
I
so
can't
big.
clap hands because I don't
You can't
destroy the mic.
But Shachar, I want to talk to you about your joke writing process
Yeah.
because Yochai was telling me, and I'm inspired by
What did
it.
I say?
You said that he sits all day and all night, and he's
I
running from
don't
show
remember
to show.
that I said that.
Someone else told me to say they'll find you in a cafe. You're just sitting there.
Oh, that's it.
Yes, because you know,
writing and all day. What is the process?
I try to find a date to take myself to a date when I'm writing.
Right.
You know, I
It's a
don't
date.
work. I'm going to a
It's
date.
a date with a lady named Comedy.
Yes, and I'm having fun. I can go to a bar. I can go for 3 weeks to South Africa or to I don't know.
How much do you write a week?
I don't know if you. It depends. If you have TV shows,
But he said you had like 20 new minutes every week.
yes,
every day.
I
That's
try.
not normal.
But it's more.
That's not
Most of them are improvisations that I'm
Okay.
having with the crowd. You know, I tried on my YouTube to find a present that happened that will never happen again, and then I put it on YouTube.
Right.
Because I know that I don't need this present no more. I just want to remember it.
Wow. So
You
you
know?
put it on YouTube.
Yes.
But don't you use it again?
No.
Shachar.
You throw out jokes?
Yes.
Now Jerry would hate you. He did, what are you throwing them out for? They're in the garbage, Jerry. He's throwing them out. Wait. Why would you throw out a good joke when you could use it
No,
for
you don't.
years?
You don't throw it.
No,
It's
you put it out.
yours.
And you put
but
it out.
it's on YouTube, and
But why not perform it again?
Because Israel crowd, when you start a joke that they heard,
Oh, wow.
they start to, and you hear, you know, now people have rifles right now. You know, they're
in the audience.
reserve
they sit with the
duty.
rifle.
I
But
swear to
you're
God,
the most
Israeli
prolific,
crowd.
probably comedian on earth. Like nobody, you know, even guys like David Tell in New York's known as like the most prolific. Louis also puts out a special every other year. Chappelle's incredibly prolific. Bill Burr, but I don't think anyone can put out an hour every month. That's nuts.
But this is not a perfect hour. It's just something that will never happen again.
And why don't you have a special?
I ride
Why don't
horses.
Both of you
I
have
ride horses.
I don't believe in specials.
I know how to make cakes.
I don't believe.
What?
I know how to make cakes and I ride horses.
So I
This is
write,
not about you right now.
I cakes and I know how to make horses. It's
I'm trying to get
two
the focus.
two
You know-
stupid friends. You know what? So I know.
Talk to Seinfeld to have us in.
Don't.
Will. Why don't you like a special? Why don't you want one?
No, I think that I'm not ready for a special. That's my
How
my
long
truth.
have you been doing stand-up?
24 years.
Yeah, you know why you're not ready? Because you keep throwing out good jokes.
Maybe.
Ah.
Yeah, why don't you keep
That's
a
what I'm
few of
saying.
them
I'm
and then
not
tape a
ready.
goddamn special?
I'm not ready to take a joke and to keep milk it like for a year until it's going to be ready. No, I want it to happen.
Wow, you will never be married.
That's why I'm not married.
You will never be married because you like new things.
No, but I love
He likes
the.
everything fresh and new.
I love also the other side of
Yes.
like to talk about the balance of what you're saying here is when you take a special, you take a show, and you keep doing it for a year or 2 or 3 or even 10 years, it comes like a whole different layer of comedy.
amazing.
Something else.
One day I'm going to do
Yeah.
I
that.
think it's
Perfecting
awesome.
So you have
hour.
specials on
I have one special that was on Netflix for 4 years before they started making Netflix originals. So they would lease specials from different companies. So they leased mine 4 years, then dumped it. Amazon Prime picked it up. It's still on Amazon Prime now. It's
Really?
called Elon Gold Chosen and Taken, about my joke about that I have. it's a few jokes, but one of them is about I don't wear a ring. If I wear a ring, if I advertise that I'm married, how am I ever going to find my soulmate? And then I talk about how what's the point of wearing a ring? You know, it's like I say, you know, who's going to envy me? You know, being a married Jew is not the most enviable thing. You know, who's going to envy me in my wedding ring and my black velvet cape? I'm like, oh, look at that guy, a married Jew, lucky son of a bitch. He gets to be chosen and taken. And then I go, no, you know what he's really thinking? Poor schmuck doesn't get any action or bacon. That's what he's really thinking. But so I named the special Chosen and Taken. And then I did At the Cellar.
That's I saw.
Yeah,
very,
that
very
was
funny.
called, thanks. It's Sets in the City, not Sex. Sets, S-E-T-S.
Funny.
Because I did 5 sets in one night.
Wow.
Went around the corner twice, you know,
You
whatever.
go on stage like this.
Yeah, I do the knees. And then that's a signature move. Don't mock it.
And I can
No, no,
see
just-
it.
I'm-
I
I'm
can see
promoting
it.
it.
I can see it. Where I can see it.
So YouTube, it's called Elon Gold, Sets in the City.
Amazing.
30 minutes, a nice half-hour special. It was actually very upsetting to me because
Why didn't try to sell it to?
I did. That was very upsetting. No one wanted it.
Wow.
Not HBO, not Netflix. Every email to my manager, same thing. This is fantastic. This is amazing. But we're passing. That's show business. So many reasons. I don't hit the diversity cards, you know, because Jews, we're not a minority. And I don't have the numbers just under 100,000 followers. You have to have like
Yes.
And it's just such a name game and a
So
diversity
you
game.
released it for free on YouTube.
So I just did it. And then another disappointing thing, because I had people like Judd Apatow say, this special is great. Neil Brennan, my friend who created Chappelle Show, and they were like, oh, my God, this Sir Man bit that I did on it, he goes, this is going to go crazy, viral. It got whatever, I don't know, just under 1 million views. But the special, 50,000. It's depressing. When
Yeah, but
only
your
50
YouTube,
that's
is,
nothing. It's
Your
terrible.
YouTube
that's
is
amazing. That
your
you can
YouTube is like on
control-
the roll. Your YouTube is on a roll.
No.
That's why. I mean, when the algorithm is recognizing that you're not on a roll.
The
so then-
algorithm is anti-Semitic.
Exactly.
It hates the Jews like
That's
everybody
the
else.
problem.
That's the
That's the
problem.
problem.
The algorithm.
Yeah, and by the way, I love show business. Oh, Hollywood, the Jews run Hollywood. Do you think I'd be on this podcast if the Jews ran Hollywood?
Exactly.
I'd be busy.
It's fine.
I'd-
I just want to tell you that you are
Yes.
your inspiration.
No,
You
you
are
are
an inspiration.
You guys are.
Listen,
All right,
and
that's
For
nice.
many
When-
years, bro. For
Really?
many
Listen,
years. Yeah.
I
listen.
never think of myself. I think of myself as a...
thought.
No, I really do. I'm the opposite
And-
of
and
Trump.
we are
I think
happy
I'm a
that-
big
and we are
failure.
happy
He
that-
thinks everything's terrific.
And we're
Yeah.
happy that you came to Israel.
Yeah, me.
And
me
we-
too,
Yeah, thank you
It's
for that,
important.
man.
No,
of
That's-
course.
Thank you for saying that.
I
Sean.
really
Important.
wanted to make our people laugh in our homeland.
But I follow you on Instagram and you uploaded just sad stuff recently. So
I saw
I-
what
I
you
always
did.
upload.
I saw
Thank
what
you
you
for
did
that.
in the
You have
airport.
to.
You saw the thing in the
in the
airport.
airport.
I'm following
It
this
was
guy
amazing.
obsessively.
Yeah, you have
I'm
to.
a stalker, man.
You have to acknowledge it, and
Yeah.
it's a delicate balance as a comedian to go from deadly serious to
Yes.
goofy, stupid Trump impressions.
I just want to tell
You
the
have
people
to.
that don't know that he went to the airport and it was like
All the hostages,
all the hostages,
pictures.
and you said that this is you wish that when you go back, when you leave,
Yeah.
the next time
the
you're gonna
walk to Israel is the happiest walk, and now it's the saddest walk because of the hostages. And my wish and my davening, my prayer is for that when I go back up the depressing walk, which when you leave Israel is depressing, it's a happy walk because the hostages are free. By the
Bezrat
time I leave,
Hashem.
Bezrat Hashem, Tuesday night I leave. Bring them home now. Let's not
Bring
wait
them
till
home
Tuesday.
now. Okay,
Thank you guys. I
Thank
really
you so
admire
much.
you. Thanks for
Amazing.
having
I
me.
need to say more thanks.
Credits.
Like the editor Ron Pellet,
Oh, wow.
the producer
credits.
Geffen Glaser, you guys, the videographer Roy Burgess. I said it right? Yoad Meir is the second one, and we have the sound technician in the studio, Hillel Gutman and Lior Ronen. Head of Galatz podcast is Hadar Frankenthal, you guys. And thank you so much for Lucy Aarish, our guest,
Yes.
and Elon Gold, my brother.
Oh my God! Who was better, me or Lucy?
Take the couch with you. Take the couch.
Thank you, Shachar
my
Hasson.
grandfather.
Thank you, Yochai Sponder.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
guys.
See you soon. Don't
guys.
forget to smile,
Don't forget
guys.
to smile.
Thank you.
Love you.